minimize it at the top.
Yeah, so
It's causing the
so what we are saying, you can see my screen. Is it visible, my screen?
just hide even the browser
Okay.
so that the yeah.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay on my end.
Yes, so we are saying, actually we are saying that uh, we are going to do programming, uh, that's in Python. Then we do data analytics. So we are starting with the fundamentals of programming in Python, and then after we finish that, then we do what you have already done in Excel, but using Python. So I've already shared the notes. So what you are supposed to do, I will just go through the notes, explain it, and then more details. You just actually read from the notes, or you do some research. Uh, the requirements. So one of the requirements for Python is that you are supposed to use you installed Python, then you installed an IDE. So an IDE, it means that an integrated. So it's where we write the code, then the Python interprets. So we have so many IDEs. We have PyCharm, then we have Spider, we have VS Code, then we have a Jupyter Notebook. So, but in this case, because we are specializing in analytics, what we are going to do in most cases will be using a Jupyter Notebook to execute all the commands and then to output the results. So, if you have installed your Anaconda, what you are supposed to do, you go to the to the start menu. Actually, I'm using Windows 11. So if you are using Windows 10, it will differ. The start menu will differ. Follows the other operating systems. Yes. So what you have said, you just go to the start, then you can see the search menu. If you are using Windows 10, Windows 11, you can just follow what I'm doing. But if you are using Windows 10 or the other operating system, just go to the start menu. And then from there, you just type Anaconda. So when I've typed the word Anaconda, what I can see is that we have we have we have various actually products of Anaconda. The first one is Anaconda Navigator, and then we have Anaconda Prompt, then we have Anaconda PowerShell. Okay, so let's start with the first one. That's Anaconda Navigator. So try to open it. Try to open it. So it will take some time. It will take some time. So you wait for it. Just wait for it. Yes, I'm just waiting for my Anaconda to open. I think you should do the same. So if you have a problem, just communicate. If you have a problem, just communicate. I just typed in Anaconda and then I open it, the Anaconda navigate. Yes, it will take some time to open it. So let's wait.
Sir, excuse me,
Okay,
Juma.
okay. I haven't minimized the OBS. Just a moment.
Are you getting me, Juma?
Yes.
I'm saying that you are saying that we search for the Anaconda from our search button from the home. Then, so I don't know, are we searching for the app that we installed or we are searching from the web?
No, I'm saying, can you see in your keyboard? Can you see
Hmm?
the Windows icon? It's the rust.
Uh,
I'm talking about the keyboard you are using. Maybe you are using a laptop, then it's a laptop keyboard. You can see a tab,
yeah, I can
the
see.
keyboard
Yeah, I can see.
yes. So actually, you need to click that one. So if you click that one, then start searching. For those who are using the Windows 10, okay, there's that's a start menu. Actually, it's a start menu for any operating system. So when you click that, then you start searching. Or in another words, the problem is that I'm using a Windows 11. So that one will differ with those ones who are using Windows 10 or below. But do you get my point?
Yes.
You are not searching from online. You are not searching from online. It's a Roku. You are searching from your Roku machine, what you have already installed. Is that okay?
I'm not getting your point. You know, when we were sent for the links to download,
Yes.
I downloaded the Anaconda. So when you are speaking about the one that you are saying that we are using, so I can't find it. I can just find the app I installed in my machine. You get it? So I don't know if you can rewind what you are saying. So you be more clearer with
Okay.
what you want us to use.
So I'm saying this one. If you can see my desktop. Huh? So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to use a start search menu. Usually, if you are using Windows 10, you just click an icon, the keyboard with a Windows icon. Then you start searching the name of that program. In the same way, if you have used the other programs, you want to search them from the start menu. Okay. For those ones who are using Windows 11, you just use this. We have here a search icon here. So you just click the search icon, and then it gives you the search box. Huh? Then you start searching. You write the word Anaconda. So it looks
I
different.
think David, next to your, there's a place written type here to search. Aligned on the same line with the taskbar, right? Are you seeing where it's written type here to search in your PC, David?
Yeah, I get it. I see it.
Yeah, so there you should be typing Anaconda, then you will you will see it. You will see all those versions of Anaconda that you're looking at.
So
Yeah, so that you.
So I've typed.
What else? What
I've
else?
typed.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing. What I'm seeing here is Anaconda that I downloaded. The Anaconda 1997 film and the Anaconda the app.
How about if you
Yeah.
you click it to open?
The app.
Yes.
When I click the app, let me see.
There's nothing that will. There's happening. But it's not happening.
Yeah,
It's normal for the.
can you see the Anaconda navigator? Is it available?
Oh, maybe install. And Geoffrey, I don't know. There's a way you should be minimizing the OBS so that. Can you click on OBS?
I've already
Yes.
minimized.
Yeah. Click. Yeah. Okay. In that place.
Yes, but
It's still showing the endless loops.
maybe I restart it.
Not really. Just minimize. Okay, just minimize this one. Yeah, just minimize it and okay. Yeah, so you can be working. Don't click maybe on the meeting so that it also the tab is also hidden so that the loops cannot maybe be seen.
You say?
No, the tab for the meeting, the tab for the Google meeting.
This one.
Yeah, just maybe you can click on this other tab so that it's hidden. Click on the other tab that is on instant markdown. Yeah, OBS can sometimes be tricky to work with.
This one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that it stays that way. And the questions, you can be reading them from your phone. No, you are not supposed to cut it out. But anyway, okay. Yeah. So that the comments, you can be reading them from your phone instead of the laptop to prevent the loops.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think everything is set.
Yes, so I think most of you have already opened it. This navigator. Just a moment. Yeah, I can see Benson. So Benson, so you need to wait. You need to wait the installation to be completed. Yeah. Then let me see someone else. We have Gathoni. Then you don't need to update. You just cancel. Just use no doesn't show again. So it's not necessary to update the Anaconda.
Question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Mr. Aunga.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, here is the question.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's my first time to meet you, and
Okay.
I'm proud of that.
Okay.
And beforehand, the question is, within your screen that you are sharing,
Mm-hmm.
there are some options like data spell, PowerShell prompt,
Yes.
and others. Down there are install buttons and some are launch. So should we install these ones with with the green marked colors, or should we just relax a bit?
Just wait, I would explain everything within the Anaconda Navigator.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes, I will explain it. So I'm trying to solve.
Fine.
I'm trying to solve those who have installation problems. Then I will explain the navigator. What we are seeing. So there's someone who sent this Gathoni who sent the so is Gathoni available?
Yes.
The second screenshot you sent, I can see the products of Anaconda. So just open the Anaconda Navigator.
I already did that. Thank you.
So is there anyone who has the visualization problems or opening the Anaconda Navigator? Just send your screenshot to the group so that I can see it. But if you are all ready, if we are all ready, so let's go ahead and explain the Anaconda Navigator. So first of all, let me go back. So when I type the word Anaconda, we have how many products? There are actually three. So we have Anaconda Navigator, that's Anaconda 3. We have Anaconda Prompt, we have Anaconda PowerShell Prompt. So most cases we will be using the either Anaconda Navigator or Anaconda Prompt. Yes, so let's go back to the Anaconda Navigator. So in Anaconda Navigator, it displays all the applications associated with Python. So all the applications associated with Python, they would be what? They would be displayed here. So one of those applications we have is DataSped, then CMD, then Jupyter App, whatever. So the list is so, yes. So earlier, I talked about the IDEs, that we are using to write the codes then to the uh, uh, Python interpreter. So in this case, we are saying we are going to use the Jupyter Notebook to do the most of the part of this program. And then, if you can see here, in the Anaconda Navigator, we have Jupyter Notebook. See here. So we can launch the Jupyter Notebook from here by clicking the launch button.
Mine has no option of all applications.
Come up again.
I can't see the option of all applications.
Send your screenshot to the group. Have you opened the Anaconda Navigator?
Yes.
For example, mine has open, but do we update first?
No, I just come up again.
Should we update after you open the Anaconda Navigator?
No. Don't update. Just cancel the update. Just cancel the update and open the Anaconda Navigator. So what I'm trying to explain is that we have all applications which are associated with Python. So they will be displayed here. So in this case, we have said we are going to use most of the part of this program, Jupyter Notebook. But we have other ones. We have Jupyter App, and then we can have also others. So we can have Spider also. We have PyCharm, and then we have VS Code. So actually, let me explain the Jupyter Notebook first of all, because that's the one we are going to use. So we can launch a Jupyter Notebook from the Anaconda Navigator. You just click the launch button. Huh? So if you click the launch button, you just wait. You give maybe a minute, and then it will open with a browser. So in most cases, maybe your default browser. So we give it a minute so that it will open the Anaconda, the Jupyter Notebook. Just give it a minute. Yes, so let's wait for the Anaconda, for the Jupyter Notebook to open. Let's wait for the Jupyter Notebook to open. Yes, let me see. I'll take time. Okay. For those ones who are having problems, because we can't wait for the application to be installed, let's open a word browser. Let's open a browser for those ones who are having installation problem. So and then we search Google Colab. So Google Colab, it gives us other options, but in this case, you can only use Jupyter Notebook when you are connected online. So let's open it, and then you can just click this one. Maybe welcome to Quora. Further, yes. So I'm saying for those ones who are having problems with this, with installing Anaconda, or the Anaconda is not ready, you can use Google Colab. Huh? So it's an online platform where we can actually open Jupyter Notebook, and then we run the codes. So just try this one. Try this one, Jupyter Colab, for those ones who are having problems. Jupyter Colab, yes, and then you wait. Jupyter Colab, then you wait. Then you wait. So I don't know why mine is taking a lot of time. I don't know why mine is taking a lot of time, but I also have another option to open it. So during our search, the Anaconda, we said you have Anaconda Navigator, we also have Anaconda prompt. So I can use the Anaconda Navigator to launch the Jupyter Notebook, or I can use the Anaconda prompt, this one, the first one, to also launch the Jupyter Notebook. Yes, so let me try this one because the Anaconda prompt, it's taking a lot of time. Let me take this one. So if you are using a command prompt, you just type the word Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook, and then you give it a time also. Yes, so I think this one works faster. The one which you are using a command prompt. works faster. So if you opened your Jupyter Notebook, it should have an interface for like this. Yes. So what I said is that when you try to launch a Jupyter Notebook, it will open using a browser. So in this case, just used my Chrome to open Jupyter Notebook. So this interface. It's what we are calling a Jupyter Notebook. This interface is what we are calling Jupyter Notebook. For those ones who are using online, we said you go to the Google Colab, and then this is the interface of the what? Jupyter Notebook, but the online platform. So I'm trying to handle those who have the problems then, so that they can solve their problems maybe by tomorrow. So meanwhile, just use the online platform. Yes. So I've said this is the interface of the Jupyter Notebook. So if you want to actually create a file, what you do, you just come here to this option, new option, then you click it, then you try to open the Python 3 kernel. Yes, so you click the Python 3 kernel, then you give it a minute. Yes, so now this one is a Jupyter Notebook file. So we have created a Jupyter Notebook file where we can write codes. For those ones who are using the Colab, the online Colab, you just go to the file, and then you click file, you click new notebook. Yes. Then you give it a time, it will open a Jupyter Notebook. Yes. So the online interface, it looks this way, but the same way, it is the same thing. It's a Jupyter Notebook. Yes, the one from the Rocco, from the Anaconda, you have said it looks this way. So if we are at the same page, if you can see this interface, we have the word untitled. Okay, so we said if you want to create a new file, you just go to the new, then you go to the Python kernel, then it will create a new file. So the name of the file that we have created, it's what? The untitled. This is the name of the file that we have created. So what you do, you can maybe change it, maybe say yes. Then you click rename. So you can see the name of our file or Jupyter Notebook file has changed to the arrow. Okay. So for those one who are using the online platform, this is the untitled 0. This is the name of the file that you have created. This is the name of the file that you have created, or the name of the Jupyter file that you have created. So if you want to change it, you just write the first part before .ip and v, then you click, you cancel that one, then you start typing the name. So let's give the same name. Yes. You click enter. So this is the name of the Jupyter file that we have created, Jupyter Notebook file. So now let me explain this platform. So option 1, we have file. In this case, here you can create a new notebook. You can open a new notebook. You can make
Jeffrey,
a copy.
you can repeat the process. I think there is a question in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone who is lost. Chris.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, you know, I want to tackle the two parts. You have said you can use this online platform to write, to open a Jupyter notebook. At the same time, this platform we use the what? Aroko, the one which we have installed using the Anaconda. So if you are using the Aroko site, what you do, you go to the command prompt, that's Anaconda command prompt, then you type Jupyter notebook. You give it a minute, then it will open a Jupyter notebook using what? A browser, a web browser. So, and then this is the what has happened from the command prompt. So this interface, this is the working directory. This is the working directory of the what? Of the Jupyter notebook. So you can see this is the home directory. If you could read here, you can see the home page. So from the home page, you can create a new file and then you start what? You start typing or running codes. So what you do, if you are using the Roku one, what you do, you go to the new section. If you can see a tab here, then it indicates new. So you click the new tab, and then you can see other options. We have text file. That's if you want to create a new text file. You want to create a new folder if you want to create a new terminal. But in this case, we are interested with creating a new what? Jupyter notebook. So in this case, we will choose Python 3 kernel. So you create this Python 3 kernel, then you give a minute, it will create a Python file. Not a Python file, but a Jupyter file. A Jupyter file. So let me cancel this one, the one we created. Yes, so it will reload. Let me reload. Just give it a minute so that it can open. And then I've said if you are using the Google Colab, what you do, you go to the file option, and then you click the new notebook. The new notebook. You go to the file option, you click the file option, then you go to the new notebook. You click the new notebook. So then that one to open a what? A new notebook. Yes. So once it has opened a new notebook, by default, it gives its name. So the name of that new notebook, it is what? Untitled 0. So what if you want to change that name? So we said you just I write the first part before the dot B, I, P, Y, and B, and then you give it a name. So you just type maybe intro. And then you press enter. So you have changed the name of the file or the Jupyter notebook file that you have created. So hopefully that's okay. So let's go to the other side. Let me cancel it. Let me recreate the file. So we said we go to the new tab, then you click the Python kernel, then we give it a time. So these things they are actually running from the Roku server. So maybe sometimes we can have a congestion the server, so it will take some time. Or if that fails completely, you just restart your server. So you can kill the server. If you want to kill the server, you just cancel this command. You cancel that command, so you have killed the server. Then you start again. You click search, then you type Anaconda. You open Anaconda prompt. Then in Anaconda prompt, we said we give it a name, Jupyter Notebook. So you just type Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. Then you press enter. So then we give it a time to open. Yes. So this is a new Jupyter Notebook. This one, you cancel this one. Yes. So as I've said, from this one, this is the working directory. So what you do, you go and create a new Jupyter file. So you go to the new section, you click the new, and then you choose Python kernel. So you click this one, Python kernel, and then it will open a new file. It will open a new file. So this is the new file, new Python, new Jupyter Notebook file that has been created. And then if you check up here, you can see the word untitled. So by default, it gives your new file the name untitled. So probably that one doesn't make sense. So you change to what you want to name it. Okay. So in that case, you just double click the untitled and then you change the name. You cancel this one, maybe give intro. And then you click the name. So the name of the file has changed into intro. So I think everyone has now understood up to now. So let's explain the other options. So we have said we have a file option. In this case, we can create a new notebook. We can open a new notebook. We can create a copy. Yes, when you want to save, you can save through the file option. You can download the file you have created using file option. You have also edit option. In this case, you can what? You can cut and copy cells. Then you can delete cells. You can merge cells. So we will do these things once we have started typing the codes. Then we have the view option. Then we have this option. So actually, with the time we will be using this upper. Yes.
Can you just please start from where you started Jupyter? Like, or have you gone too far?
No, I've not gone too far.
Please,
So
you
have
may just
you?
start from where yeah, I've installed Anaconda and I'm in that page where there are several options, Jupyter, PyCharm.
Okay. So what I've said, I started by using by typing the Anaconda option. Then if you have opened this Anaconda navigator, then I said you can open a Jupyter notebook from Anaconda navigator. So you just go to the launch button here under Jupyter notebook, then you click launch to open using a web browser. But at the same time, like mine has what? It's taking a lot of time. So what I do, I have another option. You just click search, then you type Anaconda. Then we have Anaconda prompt. This first option. You just click that prompt window to open a prompt window. After that's a
Where are you searching from? Where are you searching from?
what?
Where are you searching from?
Okay. Which operating system are you using? Windows 10?
Windows. Windows 10.
Yes. So Windows 10, we have
Yes.
a start menu.
Yes.
You can see it. So if you click start menu, then you start searching typing the word Anaconda.
Yes.
You just click the start menu, then you start searching or typing the Anaconda.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, so you can see the options, huh?
Yeah, Anaconda prompt, Anaconda
Yes.
PowerShell.
So you can either open Anaconda prompt or you can use the Anaconda navigator. So if you are opening the first option, that's Anaconda prompt, you must type the word Jupyter notebook and then you click enter. But if you are using the Anaconda navigator, you just go to this
Yes, I'm there.
Jupyter notebook, huh? Because all the
Yeah.
applications are displayed here. So from there, you just launch and then you will open something like this with a browser.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we are here. We are here. If you are using the online core app, you are
And
also
mine
going
is
to.
saying, oh, excuse. Mine is quite different from yours. It displays several other options here, like there are 3D contacts.
Can you send a screenshot to the group?
Oh, hey, hey, for laptop, I don't know how to take a screenshot of a laptop.
So you,
Like once I launch my Jupyter notebook,
yes,
the next page has got, I don't know whether these are files written 3D objects, contacts, desktop.
contacts. Oh, this one, this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the home page or the working directory of the Jupyter notebook. So what you do from here, you can see here we have all the files that we have created. All the files
Yes.
that we are going to create, they would they would be displayed here. So what we do, you go to there, we have a new button here, then you click it,
Yes.
then it will give you several options, then you open, you choose the first one, that is Python, the kernel, Python kernel, Python 3 kernel. So Python 3, it means I'm using a version of Python 3. If you are using a version of Python 2, maybe to display Python 2 kernel. So you just use this one. So you click Python 3 kernel, and then you give it a minute. So it will actually process, then it will automatically create a new Jupyter notebook and then give it a name, this one, untitled. So we have said untitled doesn't make sense. So you need to give, maybe if you are working on a certain project, then you need to what? You need to label your files. So in that case, you just double click this untitled word, then you can see an option to rename your file. So I think now we are good, huh?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know. Okay, I've just been opening along with you, but could you please define the various features, like what is Jupyter Notebook significance, the prompts that you've opened, like what's the prompt and its significance? Because uh, just so that I know in future which one is more appropriate to
I
use
can't
and why
I
to
can't
choose
hear
that
you
one.
clearly. So maybe you add some volume.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying, could you please explain the various features that you've chosen? For example, the Jupyter, there's a part where you're using prompt, collab. Explain what they are and their significance and their aspects in this whole Python lesson so that we know, like I am able to know why you're choosing this specific one and not the other one, please.
Okay. So if we open an Anaconda navigator, we can see we have so many products. Huh? So let me explain. Let me choose Jupyter app, then notebook, then I want to compare some of the IDs. Then we have VS Code, also PyCharm. Let me use those four. So actually, why do I start with the Jupyter notebook? So the Jupyter notebook, actually it is the best one. Huh? So it is easy to use for those who are starting with this course. I prefer them to use Jupyter notebook. Why? Because if you can see this interface, let me open it. If you can see, yeah, the interface of the Jupyter, you just write, this is what we are coding here as a cell. So we will be writing our codes in a cell and then run them automatically. So you don't need to what? You don't need to actually, let me open the PyCharm. Let me open the PyCharm, and then you see how it is difficult for you to work with. So I prefer the, no, just a moment. I prefer using the Jupyter notebook because it is basic and it is simple to use compared to the other IDs. Also, another advantage of Jupyter notebook is that we are going to what? We are going to use we are going to do data analysis in the maybe second or the third week. So in that case, we'll be loading files. So we'll be loading files and then work them as tables. So we load that data and then we convert that data into rows and columns. So it is easy for you to do that because we'll be working on a data set in what? In sections. So it will be easy for you to work with Jupyter than PyCharm. So let me open PyCharm, then you see the difference. So the PyCharm one, actually PyCharm one works with the what? With Python files. What we have seen here in Jupyter Notebook is that we are dealing with what is called Jupyter files. This one. So let me explain these files. Just a moment. Yes. So if you can see here, so I've said when you are working with PyCharm, you are going to what? You are going to use or you are going to work with specific Python files. But if you are working with Jupyter, you can work with both Python files or Jupyter files. So I want to explain that one. Yes. So let me use this one. So if you can see here, this is the name of the file we gave. It's intro, and then we have .ipynb. So the .ipynb part, this is a file extension. So it means we are working with what? All Jupyter notebook files, they have .ipynb. So those are what? Those are Jupyter notebook files. But if we are working with the PyCharm one, I'm just waiting for it to open. So we have said PyCharm one, we will deal with only Python files. But the other Jupyter notebook or the what? Or the Jupyter app, it's also the same, almost the same. But I've said Jupyter notebook is the basic one. Doesn't have the complex complex structure. So you would just, if you can see, we just opened direct and then we created a new file. Then we started what? We started actually Jupyter Jupyter notebook file. So if you can see this file, this is how it works. So in case maybe let's write a simple commands. Maybe you want to add 4 and then you add 5. So what you do, you just run, you run that, you click run, and then it runs that cell. So, and then you get the result as 9. But if we are working with what? With PyCharm, so actually, I don't know what is happening. So what I'm trying to say is that it is easier to work with Jupyter Notebook than the other IDs, because it is basic one. Actually, I'm not using the Jupyter Notebook, but I'm using the VS Code from my side. But for the starting, I prefer for you guys to use the Jupyter Notebook. It will be easy. So the PyCharm one, we have said it is very complex. At the same time, it will be only using the Python files. So how can you differentiate between Python files and the Jupyter files? So we have said Jupyter files, they have a file extension of .ip, y, and p. For the Python files, we have an extension of .py. Let me create an example. An example of actually a Python file. Yes. And then we see how it looks like. So we have said yes, we have said okay. So this is how this is intro. This is a Python file. This is a Python file. But what we are working with, it is in here. Let me go to that directory. Yes, this one. Let me copy it and then go to downloads, then paste here. So I'm talking about Python files. At the same time, I'm talking about Jupyter files. So I'm saying, how can you differentiate between the two? So the Python files, these are Python files. How do you know it's a Python file? If you click this file here, and then you right click, you go to properties, and then you check the type of the file, you can see what? Python file dot what? Py. So dot py, it's a Python file. If you go to the other one, you go to the properties, then you can see what? You have a file extension of what? Dot .py, py, and p. So that's what? Actually, a Jupyter file. Yes. So maybe I have not answered the way you wanted, but with the time we will be actually doing these things. You will understand why we are using this one, why we are not using this one. It's something we can explain it once we maybe catch up to the next week. So, so I've actually run the code. So if you are using the Colab, the online Colab, you can see here is the set. So you just click that cell, then it will allow you to do the typing. And then you can maybe say it's 5, you add 5, and then you run. How do you run? You use this what icon? It's a play icon, then you click that icon, and then it will give you an output. You just wait for it to run. And then it will give you an output. Yes, so just wait, give it a minute. Yes, the output is 12. So you can see the same, almost the same thing you are working with. the online one, and then the local one. So I will cancel this local one because I will not be using the Google Colab. I will be what? I will be using the local one. But for those ones, I created that to give an option for those ones who are having problems in terms of what? Anaconda installation. Yes. So actually, that's how you open your Jupyter. That's how you open your Jupyter Notebook, and then you start what? You start writing the codes. You start writing the codes. So let me go back to the Anaconda Navigator. So if you can see Anaconda Navigator here, the home tab we have, it displays all the applications that are associated with Python. So you can use any of these applications. But for now, just start with the Jupyter Notebook, and then maybe you will go to the Jupyter app after you have mastered the basics. So that's my advice, but it's not a compulsory. You can use any of these two, any of these displayed IDs, especially Jupyter app, Jupyter Notebook, and then PyCharm, and then VS Code. You can use any of it. It's not a must, but for this case, I prefer for you to start with Jupyter Notebook. Then let me explain. You can open the environment tab here. Then, so if you open the environment tab, probably you are not going to have the second what is called here SK line. So the environment actually Python allows you to create an environment where you can what? You can install all the modules. You can install the modules you want, the specific modules that you want. Usually by default, if you open your Anaconda, it only display the what? The base root. Okay, that's the only environment that's available. But I'm saying Python allows you to create what? To create an environment. In that environment, you can specify the specific what? The specific modules that you want to install. So maybe some other ones will be asking which modules, what do we mean by the modules? So the modules, the way I can explain is they are what? They are actually built-in functions or commands that will allow you to what? To run what? To run, you just what? Import that command, or you import a module, then you what? You just run the program. Okay, so let me give an example. Let me give an example so that you can see. Let me give an example so that you can see what I'm trying to say. So maybe let me just type it for the sake of running, and then you will just understand these things later. So I can type this. I can type this. Yes. So as to 2 type of A. Yes. And then I will run this one. So you can see the first line we have said A is equals to 3, and then the second line we have used a type function. This is a built-in function. So this built-in function, you just name you just type the name of that built-in function, then you give it what you want to do. So in this case, I'm just passing A. So that gives me an answer. So this is what I was trying to explain, that this Python comes with what? comes with built-in modules. So these built-in modules, you only just need to code a module or import a module, and then the module will do the rest. So that is my basic explanation. But these things you will you get understanding them. You will understand them with the time. So I'm saying we have what we call an environment. Environment, this is where we can install specific modules. You can install specific modules you want to do. For this case, for your case, if you just click the environment, then you will see there is only a base root environment. So this one, it's actually a default one. So once you install Anaconda, it will automatically come with what? A base root environment. But you have another option to create a what? You create a new an environment that you want, then you install your specific modules. You specify your specific modules that you want to work with. So maybe you will not understand this, but as long as we maybe finish this week, and then you start next week, you would actually start understanding these things. But for now, just understand we have environments. Then environment here, we can install specific modules that we want to install or work with. Then we have also running. So this running, it's actually the what? It's research materials where you can what? You can find and study. You see? So if you can see here, the first one we have Python tutorial. This one is a tutorial that will direct you how to do some fundamentals of what? Python. So you can see there are many of them. You have pandas, you have NumPy. So these are just research sites where you can learn. Then we have a community. These are community option. These are actually an online platform where you can what? Where you can actually join together and then you collaborate. Okay. So maybe you want to work on specific what? You want to work on specific project. You can find the guys here and then you what? You cooperate. But most cases, maybe you can find the what? The materials because they discuss and then you can see what they are discussing and then what they are doing. Maybe you are stuck in writing a program, then you can watch. You can use maybe this one stack from. Here you can find some interesting what explanation to the various codes. So that's a simple explanation of this navigator, Anaconda navigator. But what you need to know from here is that what you have environments where you can create specific, and then you install the specific modules. Then we have also home pattern, home. Then in the home you can open what? You can launch your either Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter app or the other IDs. Yes. So I can cancel this one because I've already explained it. Then we start what? We start doing now the actual programming. So actually Python is a programming language. So in this case, we are going to type English like words, and then the interpreter will what? Will interpret for us, because we know programming language or the computer understands a language of what? 0 or what? Or 1. This is the language that the computer is working with. But now they came up with what? Programming languages where we can actually type English like words, and then the interpreter, for this case Python, do the rest. It converts those English like words into the what? 0 and 1s. Yes. So once you have that understanding, then you need to know that Python is a what? Actually, it's a very famous software. We have so many applications. In Python, we can do almost all the things we can do with other programming languages. Maybe you can hear maybe some people working as a website developer, maybe networking administrators. Those things you can use Python to work with all those things. But in this case, you are saying we want to do Python in data analytics. So we will use the Python and then to do the data analytics. But in the first week, we said we will go through the fundamentals of Python, so you understand the syntax of the programming language, and then the third week or the second, then we do the data analysis side. So I think I've already explained that one. So maybe if you want to go to the history part, you can just go online and then you try to see the history part of the Python. Yes. So the first thing we want to start is just a moment, is the how you can output a result in Python. So we actually output result in Python using the print function. What you do, you just say, you type the print, and then under the print, you insert brackets, two brackets, the one which is opening and then the closing. Then inside the brackets, you type what you want to be displayed. Okay, maybe I want maybe to write a sentence, and then that sentence to be displayed. What I do, I just
Is there an option of inserting both brackets at once, or is one each bracket at once?
okay, what you do. Are you trying to do what I'm doing, or do you just want to you wait and I explain, then you start typing? Because if you are
I'm doing
typing,
it, but I'm doing each bracket at a time. Open bracket, then I also put again close bracket. So my question is there an option of putting both bracket at once?
actually, if you shift, you shift and then you place a 9. If you shift, you place 9, it gives you the two brackets. Can you do that? If you shift and then you place 9, it gives you the two brackets. Is that correct?
Yes. Thank you.
So we are saying if you want to output result in Python, we use the print function. We just write the word print and then we open and close the brackets. Inside the brackets, we write what we want to be displayed. And then in this case, maybe I want to write something, maybe a sentence or my name. So what I do, inside those brackets, I just shift and then insert the quotes. You can use, it's optional, you can use double quotes or single quotes. It's the same thing. You can use the double quotes or the single quotes, the same thing. Then maybe you give your name. Mine is Juma. So I type Juma and then I place what? The run button. So you can see the word Juma is what? Being displayed. So you can type, you can actually type your name. You can write your name, or you can write a sentence. You can write a sentence. Maybe here I can say print, then quotes, then Juma. Yes. So you can see I've displayed a what? A sentence that says I am Juma. So that's how you output results in Python. That's how you output results in Python. So actually, I want to give something here. If you want to run this, it's not necessary to click the run button. You can just click Shift then Enter. You can just click Shift Enter. If you want to run a specific cell, maybe I want to run this one, or let me create a new one. This one, maybe I want to say print, then print 2. Then what I'm saying, you just hold Shift and then you enter. Shift, you enter. Shift, you enter. You just click Shift to enter. It gives you a result. So you don't need to go up here and then you click the word done, because that one it saves time. Save time. So that's what I'm saying. So if you have understand that one, it's okay. So now we want to do what we call as data types. We want to do data types. Okay. We want to do data types. We want to do data types. Oh. We want to do data types. So I think you have already done this one in Excel. So once you load your data into an Excel sheet, and then Excel sheet automatically identifies or groups your data into specific what? Data types. Okay. So in this case, Python has so many data types. So we would like to what? We would like to start with the basic ones or the simple ones, then we do the complex ones. So the simple ones, we have, I'm waiting for my notes to open. I'm waiting for my notes to open. Yes. So I can just discuss then. So we are saying we have the basic what? We have the basic data types. So in this case, basic data types are, you have numbers, we have strings, and then we can have also date. We have also what? Boring. I'm waiting for the notes to open. So we have also Boolean data types. So let me discuss the numbers and then strings. Maybe if we have time, we discuss the Boolean data types. So number, so the data types called numbers. We have actually two main types of numbers in Python. The first one is what we call integers. We have integers. So the integers are whole numbers. So if if you are writing 2, then 3, then 4, then 6, these are what? These are integers. These are data type integers. Okay? So in Python, the type integers, they are denoted as int. Okay, so we use the word int to denote type integers. So let me type some numbers here, maybe 4. Okay, run 4, then you have the output, that's 4. So we want to see the output, or the type of 4 in Python. Okay, so in that case we want to see 4 belongs to which data type. So in that case we use a built-in function that's known as type. So the built-in function is known as type, then brackets here. Then we pass what we want to determine, the data type. So in this case, we are saying we want to determine the data type of 4. So we type 4 inside the type function. Then if we run, you can see the Python has already displayed that as what? As type integers. But we said it is denoted as what? Int. Okay, so that is it. So type integers, they are denoted as int. So what are integers? These are the what? The whole numbers. The whole numbers. So what if we have now the decimal numbers? Maybe we have 12 point. Yes. So this is what? This is a decimal. In mathematics, decimal mathematics, this is what? A decimal what? Number. So a decimal number is denoted as front type in Python. Okay, so we can do the same. We can do the same so that Python will what? Display the type of 346.53. So we just type that word, that function, and then we pass 346.53, and then we run. So you can see Python has identified that number as what? A front type. So we have said we have different types of Python. In this case, we have said let's discuss about numbers. So numbers, we have said in numbers we have 2 types. We have int type, and then we have the front type. So the integers, that's int type, they are what? Whole numbers. While the front type, they are decimals, numbers. So I think that's what that's fine with that. Okay, so we have said we have integers, we have front. Then let's discuss about strings. So we have another data type known as what?
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello.
Yes, I have a question. When we were using the bracket and the quote marks, I was doing it with you. Now I was trying to type my name, and I ran it. Then it brought me my name. But the second time I was trying to use the quotation marks, the brackets without the quotation marks, just to see what will happen. And it brought me a name error. But from there, when I was like doing the right thing, everything else is bringing the name error.
Okay.
I can't do anything now.
So let me explain that one. So actually, I was going to explain the same thing you have encountered, the string type. So we have string type data. We have string type. So string type, it's where we represent numbers with what? with quotation marks. So let me type this word. We said if we type Juma, then we give it a quotation. Then we say Juma. So the word Juma is a word, a type strings. It's a type strings. So we are saying we will represent all the strings by using quotation, either a double or a single quotation. So someone has removed these quotes, and then you want to run this program. So this program will give what? An error, automatic error. Why? Because it says it's what? A name error. So Python doesn't what? Doesn't identify the data type of this Juma. Okay? So let me come up again. So I'm saying if you type print, then inside those brackets, you give a quotation, then you give your name, Python will display your name. And then we have said all the strings are represented using the quotation marks. So we can use double quotation or use single quotation, doesn't matter. As long as what you are representing is inside what? The quotation marks. And then we are saying also that if now you remove those quotation, now Python doesn't identify that specific what? Data type. Because we have said already, so far we have discussed numbers. We have said numbers, if we are giving our own number, then Python identify that number as what? An integer type. If we are giving that number as a decimal number, then Python automatically identifies that as a front type. And then you are saying strings, you must give a quotation mark for it to what? For Python to identify it as a string. Someone is making a lot of movement. So if you don't give if you don't give represent that values of yours in a quotation, then Python will not what? Will not able to identify that particular what? Data type. So that's why it's giving a what? A name error. So I think someone have been what? Have been already answered. Yes. So we are saying strings, we represent strings using what? Using actually quotation marks. You can use double or single quotation. Then, so let's discuss about the variables. You have the name variables. You have seen them somewhere. Variables. So from the word variables, it what? It varies. Okay? It varies. So if you have values that you know they will change with time, then that values are known as variables. That values are known as what? Variables. If you don't, if you have values, they are not going to change with time, then those variables are known as what? Those variables are known as constant. I think you have already come up with these things. So maybe in primary or secondary school, you have come up with what? With pi. Okay? That's 22 divided by 7. So then 22 divided by 7, it's what? It is a constant. Okay? But if you have something like x same as 2, x same as 2, 4, then maybe you want to output this one, shift enter, And then your same variable x, next time you want to give it 5. So you can see that's the reason why we are calling x as a variable and not constant. It's because in this case, let me output the values of x. Okay, so we are saying yes. So this is what I'm trying to explain, the difference between the variables and what? The constants. So you can see x, we are giving it a name as a variable. Why? Because here x is assigned to 4. So if you print the value of x, you find it's 4. But again, here x is what? Is given as a 5. If you print x, it's given as what? As 5. So x has varied from 4 to 5. That's why we are giving x as what? Variable, not a constant. The constant, we said we give it an example as pi. Why? Because pi will remain to be pi whenever you are going to use it. It will remain 22 divided by 7. Yes. So that is it. So it's the same thing in Python. Variables, they are what? They are the names. The names assigned to what? The names assigned to values, and we expect those values to change with time. They are known as variables. But you try to open the yes. So the notes has a lot of details. I'm just trying to explain the important part, and then you will have more information for the notes. So before we go for further, let me explain how you actually open your notes. So how did I give the yeah? Yeah. So these are the notes I sent. This one, the Python KU master. So if you extract that, you will get these files. So if you open it, so I prefer you actually extract this file. Then you will get a Python KU master folder, and then you copy this folder. You copy it. Then now you go to this directory. This is the home directory. This one. This is the home directory. Now you paste your files inside here. Okay. So what you do, you come here. You come here. If you use the prompt to open your Jupyter notebook, just come here. The first command you wrote, that's Jupyter notebook. You can see this thing here. This thing here. Okay. So the first thing is the what? The first thing is the name of the environment you are using. That's the base. And then the second thing is the directory you are working with. So mine is C, and then it's in users, then Juma G. So I want to go to that directory. So you come here, you come to the Explorer, then you go to your PC, this is PC, and then you go to local disk C, you open this one, you go to users, you go to Juma G, and then I will paste my files here. I will paste my files here. Yes, my Python KU. So if you are struggling to go to that, you just come here. What you do, you just come here from the from the C, you just go and then you go to this part. The name Juma G will change. It depends your name of the computer. Okay? It depends your name you are giving to that computer. So you just copy this, and then you come here into your File Explorer. You open it, you expand it, and then you come to this drop down menu here. Then you delete, because it's already selected. You delete it using the backspace, and then you paste what you have copied from the command, the directory. You paste it, then you enter. It will just direct you to the home directory of the working directory. Then you paste your files there. Is that okay? Anyone with that problem?
Hey. Hello.
Yes.
Kindly pardon that last part.
Okay. So let me explain it again. So I'm saying this way. If you opened your Jupyter Notebook using the command prompt, then you go to where you type the word Jupyter Notebook. It's here. You can see my Jupyter Notebook word here. So behind that, you can see what? We have two sections. We have this one from here up to the C, which is a directory that we are working with. And then behind the directory, we have the name of the environment we are working with. If you go back to the Jupyter Navigator, you will see that under the environments, you have a base environment. So this is the name of the base. Okay? This is the name of the environment that we are working with. And then I'm saying, now you want to copy those files. The files are assigned to your working directory. Your working directory, it is here. It's in home page. Working directory. This is the working directory. But you can't copy. You just can't copy here because this is a browser. This is a browser. You can't work. You can't just copy the files here. So what you do, you go back to your command prompt. The command prompt will display, this is my new one, will display what? Your working directory. Your working directory starts from C, and then you copy it. If I copy it, then I come to the Explorer, the File Explorer. Kama hujaifungua, you just click the File Explorer here, and then it opens. Okay, then let me enlarge it. Then you go to the drop down menu. Something you can see this small arrow here pointing downwards. So you just click that one. Automatically, it will write your current directory. And then what you do, you delete that one. So what you do, you just click backspace. It will delete the current directory, and then you paste what you have copied from the command prompt. You paste here. Yes, so this is what I copied. C stroke users stroke Juma G. And then I place what? You should actually, we have this small arrow pointing forward. You should move that one. Yes, so it should be remain that way. It should be add with your username of the computer. So you press enter. And then this is what? My working directory. I've already copied those files. You can see here, Python KU master. I've already copied them here. So if I come to my, 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 to my browser, I can see those files. So if I come to my, to my, to my, to my, to my, to my browser, I can see those files. here, Python KU master. So try to open it. The one, I double click this one. So this one it's actually a Python file. Why? Because it's what? It has a .py extension. It's not a Jupyter. It's not a Jupyter file. So I can double click there. I can see those codes we are working with. Then you can go backwards. You can go backwards. You can see here it's introduction. We are introduction. You can go to the Python what? Python KU master. You click that one. You go to your initial files. Then maybe we are here. You can double click that. Also here you can see we have two files. We have variables. We have .md files. So that .md files, that one we are calling as a markdown file. So all markdown files, they have a file extension of .md. So let me open that one. Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I had some internet issues. What if you didn't use the command prompt to open the Jupyter?
So if you did not use that one, what you do, but the general idea here is that your files or your Anaconda, it's installed in your what? In your what? In your local machine. So for you to go to the specified working directory, you need to navigate through the what? To the your user what? Your user directory. If you have given your name, maybe as choice to your computer, you want to go to the Joyce directory. What you do, you just go to the local disk C, you double click it, and then you go to the users, you double click it, then your name will be displayed here. Unless you have not given a name to your what? A name to your computer. If you have given your name, it will display here. Then you click that one, then you copy, you paste those files into that directory. That's what I mean. But the easiest way is you copy from the command prompt. Command prompt display the full directory. So that's fine, huh? Is that fine? Everyone okay with that? Okay, what's Markdown file and what is the hypothesis? So the hypothesis of Markdown is that it allows us to what? To write notes. Someone, if you remember, someone said print what? Print what? Juma. Na kuweka quotes. Then when he tried to run that file, ikaleta error. So actually, if you are using Markdown, if you want to change this set to the Markdown, you come here and then you click code here, then you say Markdown. So Markdown, if you type Juma and then you press enter, you will see Juma runs without what? An error. So Markdown allows us to write notes. Okay? Because this kind of notes, you can just write notes, not necessarily on records. Yes. So I think that one is clear. What if you write mode from direct? I've already explained that one in a minute. You said if you are using an Anaconda prompt, you type, or if you are using an Anaconda prompt, you type Jupyter Anaconda. Jupyter Notebook. Sorry, Jupyter Notebook. If you are using a prompt. Those using online platform. Oh, those using online platform, huh? But it's the same thing. The same thing here. Go to the Google Colab.
Something I need you to revise.
Which part? Which part? Which part? Okay. So let me explain for those who are using the Google Corrupt, the online platform. You just search this one, you open this one, you come here, file. Let me. If you created your files, you can see the recent one I created is introduction. So I can double click. If I want to use this file, I can double click the file. Then it will open. It will open that file. So you can see this one is the same. So here is the same platform as of what? As of this. This, not this one. This, as of this one. Because it gives you sets, then in sets, inside sets, you can just write the codes. You can just write the codes. Okay? Yes, so you can say you can just run this way, and then you maybe want to print. Codes are the same. Even if you go to the PyCharm or the VS Code, codes remain the same. Juma, you print that one, maybe you want to print, maybe the type of 5, the same thing. You're just writing commands and then you are done. You can also use Shift Enter. You can here also you can use Shift Enter. Instead of what? Clicking this run what? Run button, you can just click actually you can just press Shift Enter, and then your program runs automatically, and then you have your result. So I don't know, someone was asking a question to repeat. I don't know which
Mr. Juma.
Yes.
Maybe a quick one. Where you've talked about Markdown.
Yes.
Is my understanding correct that Markdown is when you want some elements of your code to be not executable? It's kind of like you're turning it into just text or explanation notes. So meaning you can make a Markdown on an entire statement of code like the one you got of print my name.
That's true.
Okay. Thank you.
So someone who has a problem, you can just
Excuse me, sir. I don't know if you mentioned this, but I have a question. You see how some are writing type, others are writing print. What is the difference?
Between?
You see, in some, when you're coding, some you're writing type, others you're writing print.
Okay, so I'm saying I tried to explain what we call inbuilt functions. Then I said the inbuilt function, these are programs. Someone has already written instructions. So you just give values and then you get the result. That's where the installation of modules. So all those modules, if you can go to the navigator and then go to the environment, and then you open maybe the base environment, you can see a lot of modules being installed. So those modules, you just import a module. So what I've done here, to know the type of data type, maybe of 5.6.
Duni tumie hiyo picha nimevaa nini kubwa. Tisho ya orange. Yenye na hapo kuna kichana.
So
mute your mic.
Nimetumiwa.
Someone can
Evans.
the background.
Sharon.
Yes. So what I'm saying, we have built-in functions. We have built-in functions. Let me go through those built-in functions. You can see these are markdown files. So you can see you can write notes. Huh? For those one who was asking maybe what's a markdown file, you can see these are markdown file and it has a lot of notes, written notes, not codes. These are notes. So built-in functions, they are here. These are the built-in functions. These ones. We have many of them. These are some of the built-in functions. There are many of them. Okay. So someone was asking, what is the difference? Why am I typing maybe type and then the other one, I'm typing print. So this is the reason I'm giving. I said in Python, if you want to output the result, you use print function, the print function. So you use the print function, this one. But in this case here, the question was, I want to determine the data type of 4. So I will use a built-in function known as type. Okay? And then inside that function, I will pass my value, which is 4. Then it will output me the data type of 4. That's an int value. But at the same time, I can still insert this result inside my print function. Okay? It's still no harm. You see? So what I've done, I've written my print, and then I've inserted this one, because that's the question she was asking. Why writing type? Sometimes why no? Sometimes we are writing the print and then we are getting the result. So you can still write this one, but some built-in functions you just write them and then you run them, they will display the result. But at the same time, you can just insert them into the print function. Okay? So that is it. That is it. You can just type this result 7 plus 5. It gives you 12. So, but again, you can give this result in a print function. Okay? Maybe it's a good practice to use this print. Anything you use, then insert it into what? A print function. Okay? But some results you don't need to make that a print function. But it's a good practice. It's a good practice to insert anything you want to be outputted inside a what? A print function. So that is it. So there's no major difference. Just understand that if you want to output, use print function. But sometimes you can just use you can just execute the program directly and get the result. Yes. So there was a question and then I was what? Sorry, kind assistant. Where should I paste the file copy to? So someone is already having a problem with copying the files. So I've said when you open a Jupyter notebook, this is the first you will get is an home page. You will get an home page. Home page looks like what? This one. Not this one. Yes. Just a moment. So let me cancel this one. So for those who are using the online platform, I think it's good. They are good now to go. You can just write anything. If you want to create another file, you just come here to the file option. You say a new Jupyter notebook. To open a new Jupyter notebook, then you start typing and then running the codes. So that's one is okay. So I expect no question under the online platform. Yes. So leave that one. So let me explain this one. So we said you want to open a Jupyter notebook. What you do? Just come here and then you type the word Anaconda. From there, you get a lot of options. You can use Navigator, but Navigator takes a lot of time. So I prefer using the Anaconda prompt. This one, the first one. So you click that one, and then it opens. Then after it opens, it gives you a what? An interface to type your command. So in this case, you want to open a Jupyter notebook. You just type Jupyter, Jupyter notebook. And then you press the enter. So
I'm seeing documents.
what? Yeah, let me explain these things. I'm explaining something. Jupyter notebook. Yes. So you can see I'm launching new Jupyter notebook from the what? From the command prompt. You can see it has opened. But look at this. Look at this window. This window.
After typing, you enter, or you leave it like that, or
No,
how
you
will
enter.
it?
You enter. You must enter for the command to run.
Okay.
Yes. So if you see the first line that you entered your Jupyter notebook, you can see we have where you entered your command, that's Jupyter notebook. And then we can see a working directory, your working directory. This is where your files will be saved or your files are. That's C stroke users stroke your name of the computer. That's fine. So I'm saying if you want to go to this directory, you just I write from C up to your name of the computer, then you copy. From this one, you just right click. If you right click, you right click once you have highlighted, it will copy it automatically. If you don't you want to use that one, you can also use control what? Control C. Is it control C? Yeah, control C. And then you go to the file explorer, this one. You open this explorer, you come to this an arrow pointing downwards, you click that arrow, then the arrow has already highlighted the directory I'm currently in, but I'm not interested in this directory. So what I do, I'll just backspace because I've highlighted everything. I'll just backspace and then paste what I've copied from the command prompt. Yes, this is the command now, the working directory I want to go to. So you just press enter. Once you press enter, this is now, if you see this working directory is the same as this one, it's the same as this one. It's the same as this one. Just a moment. That's true. So the Anaconda, it's here, contacts, it's here. So this is the same as this one. But this we can't use this one because we can't copy the files using the word browser. So you need to go to your local machine and then you go to that directory. So once you have come to this directory, now you paste your files. My files assigned is Python KU master. Then from there, if you paste your files and then come back to your home directory here in your web browser, you go down, you can see your files. My files are here. So I double click the Python KU master to open that folder, because you remember, if you remember, my files were in what? In a folder, this one. It was in a Python KU master folder. So I also need to double click this one, this folder. You can see the number of files, okay? And then currently I'm using the variables built-in functions. So I double click this one. Sorry. I double click here. We are having two files. We have Python files, then we have Markdown file. But I'm using this Markdown file. Why? Because they're gonna notes. So I double click the Markdown file. Then you can see here. Okay. So this is where we are in currently. So this is the notes we are using. I'm explaining that so that you can able to use the notes I sent. You cannot able to double click. Don't double click. Don't come here to your notes and then you double click. You must copy your notes to the working directory. You must copy your notes to the working directory for you to able to use those notes. Let's define Python. I think I've answered the copy files. Huh? Yes. So where were we? Actually, so let me open this file. So you can remind me the time. Okay. So let me just summarize. Give me some 2 minutes. I'll summarize the work we have done today. And then tomorrow we are start with something else. So we have spent a lot of time explaining the interface and the other unnecessary things. But for this case, it's necessary because you have to understand them before you start. You start actually doing these things. Okay. So today we have studied about the interface, and then we have written some some commands. Okay, we have written some commands. So what you do, you actually go and try to use these notes. For example, you can see here, these are what? These are programs. So you can just, it's good to type them than pasting. Just look at it and then type on your Jupyter, Sense, then run them. In case you experience a problem, just inbox or send something to the group. Okay. Yes. So I think from what I've explained, you can know able to do these things. Huh? Yes, I've already started. We have talked about the numbers. We have talked about the, yes, just for 1 minute. Let me talk about this one for you to be able to use this for the notes, the casting. Huh? So we have what we call casting. We said variables are the name of what? The data types. So we said x same as to 4. Okay. Then if you want to output x, you just say print what? You want to say print x. Just a minute. Print x. Then print x is given as 4. If you want to know the type of the data type of x, you just say type what? Type x. And someone reminded me, you need to make this one in a print function. You can see X is what? An int type, okay? So we have something called casting where we actually change the data type of the given variable. So the given variable here is X. If we want to change X to what? X to front, what we do, we say, we write the word front, and then inside front, we pass X. That's the simple understanding of the what? Of the casting. So you can see X here was 4. That's an integer. But here, after we have casted, we have changed it to front. X is what? 4.0. Why? Because we said all the front types have decimal part. Okay. So if we try to discover the data type of what we have already 4.0, we will get what? A front type. So actually, I will explain more in tomorrow's session. So just try to use this and try to do these exercises. Try to do these exercises. If you come, they become very difficult, just ask for assistance. Yes. So I'm done. Any questions?
Yeah, I think that to the students, I think using maybe Python is a bit different from advanced Excel that you did, and I think you now see the essence of requiring collaboration to maybe understand the package in depth. It can be confusing in the first steps, the first instance, but maybe as you go on and engaging your partners, because people are looking for prayer partners. And yeah, the study partners, so work with that to unlock Python. If you miss it in the first week, you won't get it in the second week. Yeah, that is the addition maybe that I wanted to make before you log out.
Okay, so let's just meet tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow class will be somehow better because at least now you know how to use the.
I think tomorrow we better begin by some small recap on some fields and areas. There are some information that I've not gotten well. So by tomorrow, kindly rewind a
Yes.
bit on what we did.
Actually, we will be doing these things again and again. If we study variables, there is nothing we can do without variables. So we'll be typing these things. You will understand them with time. As we proceed, the more they become easy because we'll be actually using them most of the time.
Yeah, and again, John, even if there's something you've not captured between now and tomorrow, you also have a chance to look at it online and add to what you captured today. And even before the recap is done, so that when it's done, you don't float again.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I just have one question. From the Jupyter interface we were working in, mine was telling me not connected and not trusted. So I didn't understand that.
So actually, when we are opening Jupyter, we are opening from a local server. You can see, look at this window. This is a server. You can see this is a server actually. So we are connected to this server. So probably you have just cancelled this window. So if I cancel this window, I've actually killed that server. So I will be no longer able to use this Jupyter notebook that I've opened with the browser. Let me give an example. Just cancel this one, and then you can see connected to the kernel net. And then the message is that connection to the notebook server could not be established. Notebook will be continue trying to reconnect. Why? Because I've already killed my server. Okay. So in that case, if you come with that problem, what you do, you reopen another command. You just reopen another command, then you say it's Anaconda, then you type Jupyter Notebook, and then the server will what? Will restart. So that's how you deal with those challenges.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I think the questions are over, so let's meet tomorrow.
Okay, bye and good night all.
Same to you.